Storm.
We good? Bro, right. Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is day 7. 7 is a very popular number. We got the 7 layers of hell, the 7th heaven. We have 7 layer cake and also other 7s.
7-layer dip.
Yep. Oh!
And there was another one I thought of earlier that was the whole reason for starting this, but I don't remember what it was.
The 7 deadly sins.
7th heaven and Jessica Biel.
7 deadly sins.
You guys would do
completion.
You guys
As you
would
can tell by all of the talking over each other, we have many guests today. Awesome. We'll figure this out. We always do. We got coming in from, the normal church room and the carriage house. We got a guest in the carriage house. What do you call in your room these days, Steph?
Oh Lordy.
Oh Lordy, we're coming from the Oh Lordy facility.
Oh Lordy.
Steph.
Oh Lordy.
Coming out, yeah, the Lord's house.
Welcome, Steph and Svil. 2 S's. 2
Oh.
S-tier guests. On the 7th day of this 2024. The BCP VH Advent Calendar.
Nice.
Sorry, I had a pop-up. I just want to let everyone know that they're being recorded.
Ah, yeah, dang. Well, I don't consent.
I did not consent to that either, actually.
Today, we are going to do Hoof-hearted Goblet mode. Make sure that's in the middle in case it cuts my face out later. Goblet mode. And then we'll crack that open here so we can at least get started drinking while we chit-chat about all of life's happenings, all of the wonderful videos. It's the end of week 1. That's a big deal. We did it.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
There have been no errors that have
Good
happened
damn.
in week 1. Nothing bad has happened. No flaws. It's gone off without a hitch.
Yeah. Smooth as silk.
All right, this is not primed, and this is really killing my fingernails right now. Like, I don't even have fingernails because I bit them all off. Oh, he's going to go ahead and not foam it up. I want extra.
Wait.
Did he premature it?
He prematured it,
Oh,
dude.
no.
Oh, no.
Extra water. No, I took a swig of that.
Who's open?
Dump your can over, Steph. Who did that then?
That was a weird noise.
Sure.
This is
All right.
awesome. This is great content.
Here we go, everyone.
Like we've
Oh, I heard some premature going on over here. I got to dime them out. 3, 2, 1. It's all right.
been. Hell yeah, let's make a fucking mess of.
my
Goblin
first-
Malt Double India Pale Ale brewed with
Oh, that boy.
Nectarone, Mega Matueka, Super Savine, and Cohia Nelson Sub-Zero Hop Keef.
Easy for him to say.
Easy.
Lordy.
Lordy, that's the room.
Double India Pale Ale comes in at 8%. Is supposed to be served at 46.
Fuck that. Eat shit.
Yep.
We spent enough time yapping. I think we
I did a bunch of research earlier, so I'm going to pull that up. You guys talk.
I'm done with these temperatures. Cold.
Oh, I know, right?
IPAs.
IPAs, cold as, like, all it should say is cold as fuck.
I'm so excited to talk to you guys about just temperature of beers because
there's been so much temperature stuff.
I will say I don't want to spoil our hand because next Saturday we're going to be together too. That Southern Ohio. Oh, I've gotten so many complaints from people about that beer. They're like, "Why is this in here? People drinking it out of order."
You know, it would have been a good beer, but they burnt the shit out of the barley,
okay.
and it was so bitter on the finish and just ruined it.
Huh.
Totally ruined it. Horrible. Horrible.
That's
enough.
That's an interesting collab on this beer, JT. Hopefully, are you going to go into the collab on this one?
I don't know much about the other one. It sounds like you know something about it.
Sure. So it's a collaboration with Vacation Land Distributors. They're not really known for brewing beer.
They're just a distro company?
Distribution.
That's pretty weird.
Vacation Land's a sick name.
So that'd be like a collab with like Heidelberg.
It's a wine and beer distributor out of Maine.
Maine?
And they only distribute to Maine and New Hampshire.
They're out of Columbus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Columbus, Marengo, whatever the hell.
Did they do it because technically this is a double New England? I mean, I know it's not everything is geographically dispositioned, but
Yeah, based on it's a hazy. You can see it.
yeah.
It's a paler for a double IPA. It's pretty pale and it's hazy. So it
Well,
looks like it's
the
double
West
hazy.
Coast the other day was all hazed up.
Yeah, it
So-
was.
that was-
Easy too, yeah.
That was not a West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
Other than it being from San Diego.
I said the same. It was way too well balanced to be a West Coast. I love that beer. Anyway, look at the nice head on this. Nice, tight, thick bubbles. It's staying forever. Love it.
Oh yeah. I like all those words.
Producer Stev, at the end of this, I request, and I will pay you, take all of Sphil's head commentary and just make I guarantee it will go viral.
Just like a smash cut of like.
Just a smash cut of all of his head talk. I'm clapping on the microphone. I apologize, everyone. I love it.
You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of this morning when I was looking back through, unbelievably, Frank and Bobby are getting like 500, 600 hits.
The shorts do.
A 2-second video of it's another 2 and watching on. I'm like, what the F, man? Are you serious? You get 500 hits on that and we get like 3 on
Right.
actual.
Well, I mean, we're making 30-minute videos.
We are. That's true. That's true.
And
Anyway.
again, something that I was finding out. So when I was uploading,
Wow.
it's not the length of video; it's the size of the video file, which
The
if
file.
it makes it a short or a long.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Anyway, what I was thinking of is I'm gonna if I do solos, you know, which I'm sure we'll probably do at some point here in the near future, but I'm gonna do a short and a long and submit the short. And in the short, I'm gonna say, here's what it is, boom, 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 boom. And if you want more information, go here. Right. So hopefully it'll put more
cool.
people to the site, right?
definitely.
Because I've seen others that I follow, like in music and whatever. They use that tactic, right? They go on there and they do a whole bunch of shorts and they always push them to their main site so they get to a lot more content.
I was expecting more of a bite to this, with it being with it being that DIPA and going up to that next level. My first comment is this is the first beer out of the 7 that is outside of the 5 and 6 range, coming in at 8%.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, it's in that sense, it's a DIPA, but DIPAs are it's a uniquely American style.
Yeah,
we invented it, we created it, and because it's uniquely American, you can imagine. Also, there's no rules. You can make it like a pale ale. You can make it like a frickin' barley wine. Anything in between. The only rules seem to be that you add more malt, which is basically fermentable sugars to jack up the ABV over 7%. That's it.
Nice.
It's typically a lot more hoppy than this too. This is not that hoppy at all, I don't think.
yeah, because my favorite beer of all time is 120 minute, and it's 2 to 3 times the alcohol content of this, and that's still considered a double or an imperial. So there's, like you said, there's a lot of vacillation in the in a DIPA.
Yep. Anything goes. You can call anything a DIPA practically.
Hey, Stev. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you. Have you brushed your teeth today?
Yeah, twice a day.
Twice a day. That's a good.
Yep. I appreciate
I care about you, man.
Boom. Kiss your homies.
Good to know.
So apparently Goblin mode was a word of the year in 2022.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I didn't. This is not a word that I have heard thrown around a lot. I think I was in that weird space where like the kids weren't old enough to be like cool yet, but I was too old to be cool. So like there was like a bunch of words that evaded me because now I hear skibbity all the time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. The kids hate it. They don't say it anymore.
I'm assuming you Googled what it is or like what Goblin mode is then.
I just wanted to see if there were other popular references to it that might bring me to why they named the beer this.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's not like a story on why they named the beer that. And then I got to that. It was actually a popular term. I didn't know.
From what I understand,
Sorry, Stacey.
it's like acting like feral and just like being like a hellion or a menace kind of thing.
The definition that I saw on Google was self-indulgent, lazy, selfish, basically, and sloppy.
Nice.
That describes an
Like
entire
selfishly
generation.
sloppy, like when
Phil, I appreciate that comment.
what was the comment? I missed it.
I said that describes an entire generation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boomers. Boom. Haha.
Mic drop.
Yeah. No.
And that was
it's
the
like
last
when you
time
go
we
to
did the
restaurant and
podcast.
just like eat without regard. You know, smacking
Yeah.
your lips, clinking and clacking, doing things that Dave probably hates, like putting our glass down without a coaster.
Oh, dude.
Big loud noises.
Yeah. Loud clacks. Yeah.
Indian burns, things like that.
Every time I saw this can, I thought of the Bill Murray album Goblin
Yeah.
Hours.
Goblin hours. Yes, that's what I also thought of, and that's why I wanted to Google it to make sure that I couldn't make a Bill Murray reference, but we could still make it.
Yeah.
It's our show.
He's also from Columbus, so
Yeah. He is from Columbus.
I did not know that.
Yes. Not Bill Murray, the actor,
yeah, there you go.
Murray the singer,
Bill Murray, the musician.
musician.
EILMURI.
Just got done touring with Sleep Token.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Uh,
What you got, Matt?
No, you're thinking. You're scheming.
I was just, trying to find something clever in Goblin mode to share or whatever, because that's always my favorite thing to do in these environments
What?
is to share. I couldn't find anything clever like share screen share.
Google image search.
I made other notes, but I made it shorthand, so I've been trying to decipher my third note over here because this was the first one. This one being 8% was the first one, and then the third comment was have you brushed your teeth because I'm checking in on my bros.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about this toothbrushing thing. My favorite part about textual communication with Matt. is
Nothing
how
ever
much
happened.
Context he provides leading up to the actual communication. I had no idea Steph had checked in on our dental hygiene.
No, he said
Now, I've
you
been
should.
watching my videos.
Which video did you say that in? I'm watching all your videos.
It's, I don't know, like the fourth or fifth one. I've just been given,
You just
cool
said,
advice.
I hope you're brushing your teeth randomly.
Yeah, I've just been giving cool advice to the squad, to the subscribers.
I don't remember you saying that. I did watch the video. I know Matt doesn't believe me now, but it's okay. I've been watching them. I've been commenting on all of them.
That was
I'm not hip to the comments. I have not been checking those.
I've been commenting as the Brew Crew podcast.
I've not been. I don't want to inflate our video, our view count, so I haven't like gone back and checked them. So I got to do that.
I've been watching them.
Word.
Oh, he's watching.
You're real for that.
I like your intro. The intro's good.
Yeah, I probably spent an hour. Caitlin and I spent an hour making that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it took way too much effort.
No, took the right amount of effort.
I appreciate that.
All right, Matt, what you got?
Look at that.
I know.
I was like I
That's
wanted to
not
skirt it. I was
fair.
hoping that wouldn't come up because it
That what wouldn't come up?
the where the etymology of it or whatever. I couldn't tell you the day it was, but because I watch them in order. So I upload Mikey's typical day. So I upload Mikey's, and then I don't want to get I don't want to 2-time stamp myself. Then I get to work and I watch Stev's, Mikey's, because I try to do them in the order that they're recorded and your guys's. So then this morning I powered through all of your guys's because all of Phil's came out.
Mm-hmm.
I had to upload Team Smoke shows. I had already recorded, so then I was updating the spreadsheet or whatever. But from the brush your teeth comment, the next video I watched was JT's, and the first comment I made, I understand the timestamp thing, was like 3 seconds into it because Steph goes, just check in on your bros, make sure they're brushing your teeth, and I go, hey dude, are you brushing your teeth?
Yeah,
Not because of some burrito comment. If you have something in your teeth, floss. Don't brush. Floss your teeth.
I floss my teeth probably more than anyone I've ever met.
But
Except
this
for my
is such
wife.
a.
No, probably more than her too.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. But what's unfortunate is that during that video, I had just eaten dinner. Floss like before I do a beer review.
Yeah.
And so I had something in my teeth, and that's what I thought you were talking about. But I had to watch. I'm only thinking about your comments in the context of the video you comment on, not one other video somewhere else.
No, because I just watched Steps.
There's not lore. There's not like an overarching theme.
This is the problem. Let me set the expectations. Not everyone does the routine that you do. I know that's shocking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea that you just watched Steph's video.
I'm not wrong in this one.
No,
Steph brought it up.
I'm not arguing for right or wrong. I'm just
Steph
trying
brought
to
it up.
you understand that there's
Off the top rope. Steph said, "Are you not watching my videos?" Because he said it distinctly in his video.
I believe it. I probably heard it, but where you made the comment was not his video. I wish you would have checked in on me in his video.
It says check on your bros. Are you not my bro?
Yeah.
Mom and Dad are fighting right now.
Right? It's odd.
We're not even fighting. I just don't know where they are.
Just check it in.
No,
We can't. Not everyone writes the transcript to each video, so maybe I forgot that you'd mentioned the toothbrushing thing, or I just didn't hear it because I'm multitasking. But,
yeah, it's usually at the end of the video.
Huh?
I'll sign off. It's usually that kind of stuff on the sign off. Like check on your bros. Make sure you're brushing your teeth.
I was also worried that I had just on the same day that you recorded the video with the nachos, I had said in my video that I hated people chewing on podcasts. Ooh. It was unrelated. I watched your video after I recorded that.
Ooh. See, I'm not.
I used to listen to a podcast about Comedy Bang Bang, and they used to chew sometimes. It used to piss me off. But I didn't turn the nachos off. The nachos was a good touch because it was on the can.
Yeah.
And you have a microphone,
I wasn't doing I wasn't deep throating my headset.
Yeah, you didn't have a
I didn't know spicy nachos was a thing. I went to the website. I didn't know it was on the can because I don't look at the can most of the time.
Yeah.
What are spicy nachos?
Jalapenos.
So just nachos.
Well,
I guess.
These terms, they're wrong.
Yeah, there are a million other things you could have called not on the nachos, but spicy nachos is such an odd
I want nachos.
I think nachos should have all the toppings on every chip.
They should. Oh yeah, right. Loaded nachos. There should be no outliers in the loaded nachos. Everything should be loaded.
Exactly. And one person doesn't get to eat all of the full. Thank you.
That's right. There's a rule.
Yeah.
But if you order loaded nachos, you have to share them. One person can't eat all of them, like Steph just said. What do you think about this beer, Matt? Matt also refused to watch. I think he should leave. Although he said he started it.
Okay.
What?
Again, in my previous days, I was looking forward to this beer for multiple reasons. One, because it had a little bit more alcohol content. I'm only doing the Advent calendar. I'm not drinking anything else during the month. Two, the fact that it was a double IPA, probably one of top S tier, one of my top 3 flavors. And Who Farted definitely doesn't disappoint when it comes. They're not. I don't have them frequently enough. I know. They've done $100. They have a nacho series. We're talking about nachos, right? They have their nacho series.
Yeah, it's like a Dogfish Head kind of equivalent. They've got 60, 90, and 120.
Yeah, but they do it with nachos, right? That's their qualifier.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is the lead off with this being in New England is the fact that the Citra is so prevalently displayed or.
Does it say that it's in New England? It doesn't say that on the can.
It's qualified on Rate Beer and Untapped as a New England IPA.
Okay.
So typically, and go check out Phil's excellent extrapolation of West Coast IPAs on Party Tricks. I rewound a couple of positions or in a couple of places, so hopefully that ups our numbers. But because I was even learning some stuff. I don't know if it's an amalgamation, but it brings me closer to New England's. I just appreciate West Coast even more, or more so.
Excellent.
You're not expecting my score right now, are you?
No. I just,
Okay, good.
I mean, that was a profound statement.
The hops,
But you liked that beer, right? You liked that beer?
Party Tricks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That could become a standard. I think going to the spreadsheet, I was A-okay with that. Me and Chunkle and Mikey were high on it.
Chungle Market a pretty high score.
The interesting thing, three of the hops that are in this with the Mega, the Super, and the Sub-Zero, those are all collegiately altered hops. Those aren't like grown or whatever. So they're cross plants or crossbreds.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And the fact that the citrus in it definitely leans it towards, well, I mean, really, I mean, I'm seeing a merging of hazies and what classically would have been hazies and West Coast in both of these beers, right? Both the Party Tricks and this one. I love Party Tricks. That was 4.75 for me. That was off the chain.
Yeah.
I could make that a regular. But I kind of like AleSmith though, from my backyard in San Diego. So
yeah. I thought that beer was very middle of the road, but that's okay. That's why this podcast
standard. Yeah. I mean, it's probably the Rhine guy, like the truth of San Diego.
Is it? Svil, you can help us out. That's your stomping grounds.
yeah, no, it's not like Rheingeist at all. It's not like Truth at all. Rheingeist is a more traditional West Coast IPA, right? I didn't find Party Tricks to be a traditional West Coast IPA at all. It wasn't over,
it wasn't bitter.
Right. It wasn't exactly. It wasn't hop leaning like you'd normally expect to see a West Coast IPA like a Sierra or whatever.
Is it a standard though? I think that's more of like, is that what people fill their fridge with?
Oh, AleSmith, yeah, AleSmith's big out there. AleSmith, I think it depends on if you're in San Diego,
Yeah.
There's several brewers that are huge there, and AleSmith's one of them. But Stone is huge. Stone's huge. But Stone is the traditional West Coast IPA, right? They're super hoppy, super bitter, all in it with all the flavors and aromas you can imagine. So they're hugely hopped. So, but I found the AleSmith, which was really AleSmith got their start, brewing traditional British IPAs and British ales, and which are really subtle on the hops. So they definitely come at it from a different place, right? They're looking at more of a balanced look, which is really what a New England is. So anyway, I find that refreshing. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I approached that one with more hesitation because I don't really like the unbalanced hoppy bitterness of a West Coast. And then I had it and I was like, oh man, this is actually pretty good.
You scored it pretty high, I think, right?
I think I might have given like a 3.75.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a 4. I don't remember.
For Party Tricks?
I remember my own scores, and I was there. I literally can't. No one can claim I wasn't there. I was there.
Yeah. I gave it a 3.75 as well.
But yeah.
Yeah, you gave it a 3.75. JT gave it a 3.
Oh, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I gave it a 3 only because it was uninspiring, forgettable, and it wasn't what it promised. It thought it was supposed to be a West Coast IPA. I think it did deliver decent flavor though. Maybe 3 is a little harsh. I was probably in a mood to because I thought it was going to be a West Coast. I was going to shit all over it. But,
yeah, you were ready. You were ready to pounce.
I give it its fair shake. I'm not going to sit on a beer.
Phil, I want to do an ouch out that you did a little extrapolation on Untapped, and you found my buddy Seth, who's checked into a lot of beers. He's approaching Phil levels, and what you guys have said about other beers, but his comment on that one, he goes, "I've seen this Party Trick before." So he rated it down because it didn't push the envelope, it didn't do anything new, and he gave it a 3.5.
Wow, smart. Yeah, I mean that's a good review.
Yeah.
But Phil found him on Untapped.
That's awesome.
Well, but I liked what he had to say about Southern Ohio. Though.
Yep. That's what you commented on.
Right. What I liked about him was that he and I concurred on that one. But I rated it so highly because it's a great example of an IPA, period.
Yeah.
It was extremely well balanced from an IPA perspective. So it didn't have too much of this or that or whatever. It wasn't over hopped, it wasn't over bitter. That's what I liked about it. So that's why I rated that one so highly. It was almost perfect in terms of its balance. So
yeah.
So it wasn't, it's hard. JT says this all the time too, but it's hard, when you're looking at especially IPAs, which is America has adopted IPAs as their child, right? Mm-hmm. It is really hard to shine in the IPA category because everyone and his frickin' mother is making them. Mm-hmm. Same with stouts, right? I mean, just look at Third Eye. Third Eye, we had the 5th stout, and it wasn't even on their website. They have 4 other stouts on their website that are all award winners. 4. And we had the 5th one, and it was really great too. But it's hard to break out, man. It's hard to break out in those categories. So a lot of it's personal preference, and when you find one you really like, you find one. For me anyway, I find one that's a really good example, like an IPA that's a good example. You're not going to find anything new or crazy in the IPA world. Everybody's done it. Injected fruit into it, overhopped, underhopped, hazy, cloudy, all that stuff that's already been done. So you're not going to find anything that's going to be, revelationary or brand spanking new. I'm just looking for the best example, and that was the best IPA I've had in a year. So that's why I liked it.
Yeah, good.
And when you say best example, are you thinking of like something for a non-beer drinker that they might enjoy, like an entry level, or is best example something that a beginner wouldn't be able to understand?
I'm looking at it from the overall perspective that anyone would approach it, because it's not a lot of newcomers to drinking beer don't like the West Coast because they're way too bitter, they're way too hoppy. It's just in your face, right? Experienced folks that love the style, like me, love that. But I appreciate a really super well balanced one that's going to appeal to everybody. So that's kind of what I was thinking of.
Before I have a trivia question, and then I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Goblin, because this conversation is great, and there's more to this, and I don't want to tip my hand on what is special about this beer as it relates to this Advent calendar. I finally figured out
beer.
Yep.
As it relates to this Advent calendar, other than the fact that it's above a 6.
Correct. That's a good one though. A point definitely for JT, because it's our first departure from 5 to 6. Svil is involved in this trivia question. JT is involved in this trivia question. I am involved in this trivia question. Stev, you're playing from behind on this one.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to give a little bit of a hint.
Oh hell, I don't know.
This beer.
Oh, spot.
This beer was the lone switch after Svil published the list. This beer originally was supposed to end it on Christmas Eve. And JT and I, before we published the list and sent it out to all the calendar recipients, this beer was the only switch we did, because this beer was originally Tripping Animals.
This was a Christmas Eve beer.
This was the Christmas Eve beer.
Not a bad selection, but we went with the biased brewer preference.
It was the only audible. And now it gave us, like, we have Third Eye, Hoof-Hearted, Third Eye, Hoof-Hearted. So that I didn't know. I've typed out this list multiple times. I didn't know that till yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
It's just neat, like some of the stuff that just happens, like magically.
Well, and then we did the North High, like what, 1 and 3, or was it 1 and 4?
1 and 4, and they were both shorties.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but I just that was the last stat.
Actually,
Yeah, at the end, in the
Yeah.
20s.
yep.
Step-
Just it worked out.
Steph,
yeah.
what are your thoughts on this beer on Goblin mode?
You
You don't have to give your score yet, but
No.
just
I
thoughts.
think it's super dank, super. It's definitely that weedy. That's definitely up there with like Hemperor or
Oof.
who the hell is it? Is it Saltwater? I haven't seen their like
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater. Sorry.
Yep.
That's just the ones that are like this smells like weed. Like, and I know marijuana and hops are kind of in that same like genus, right?
They
But-
are. They're not kind of. They're actually seriously. They're close kissing cousins.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seriously, they're in the same. They're absolutely like right next to each other.
Cool. Well, and
So
like
the beer you were thinking of is the 420 strain.
So they're kissing.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Malteca, Salvin, and Nelson, like I think Matt, you already mentioned this. Like those are all like standard hops, but these are all like some like turbo nerd has like turned these into the most dank strain of that hop that they could, and then just there's probably tons and tons and tons of this in this beer, and it's just it follows into that like Goblin mode. It's just like you drink like 2 or 3 of these and you're gonna be like a slob, you know what I mean? You're just gonna want to be like in your underwear eating pizza with the box on your chest, like greasy,
Living the dream.
Oh yeah, like everything I want to be. Like, yeah, I feel like this certainly comes in a 4-pack. If you crushed a 4-pack of these, you'd be feral. You'd be Neanderthal level of existence.
You'd be many sheets to the wind.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But I dig it. I think it's pretty damn good. I'm definitely a DIPA guy. I like all of the hops that are in here. I think it's cool that you can kind of like min-max like certain hops, just like how much you can like. I mean, I guess you do the same thing with weed, right? People will do the science of that and make turbo strong strands of weed too.
Let
But,
us know. You got what was it in like Half Baked? They're talking about like the little
Turbo strong.
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Turbo Nerd's a sweet ass name, by the way. We need to use that somehow.
But yeah, no, I'm super into this. I mean, I've probably got about this much left.
I'm almost empty too.
It's super drinkable. I definitely think it's an approachable beer, even for its high ABV. It's got like a lot of like higher level hops, Salvin and Nelson and all those other hops are not typical in like the Truths and the Half-Hearteds and the shit like that. So like this is definitely beer made for beer drinkers or like that kind of thing. But it's super good. I'm gonna give it a 4.75.
Wow.
I'm super into it. I would definitely get more of this. And Hoof-Hearted just rocks. You know what I mean? To me, they are in that upper echelon of like they are scored against themselves in its own separate category. They make some heat.
That's a good way to like define your score too. Like, you're like, hey, this is one of my, because we all have our different things. And that's what I always tell people about scoring, like it's your own, paddle your own boat. You know what I'm like? Oh, he's got another hat. Look at this. Look at this, folks.
Oh,
that's a Hoof-Hearted hat.
I'm the hat man.
Look at this guy.
I got too much lights on. It's
prepared.
He was
He's prepared.
I got my wall of hats over here, actually.
sweet.
I like it.
Are those some of your after dinner mints off to your right there on the table there? Looks like, yeah, right here. Look at all these little canisters. I'm pointing at the screen. Yep. Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Keep coming towards the screen. To nope. The other towards the screen that you're talking to. Keep coming
Right.
down. He almost knocked him down. Okay. I see how it is.
Side, to the right side of you. Yeah,
Yeah, to the right side. There. Oh, he about knocked him over again. Oh, there they are.
right there.
Right there.
Who's that?
That's the after dinner mints.
Nice.
I don't know.
JT, what are your thoughts on this beer?
But yeah, what's everybody else got to say?
What are my thoughts on this beer? Okay.
I thought he had ice in his beer, but it's just the backside of the decal.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought there was ice. I was like, he's drinking it with
Whoa.
ice. When I just saw the bottom of it, it was just like the top of
Hey,
ice.
Go went and got the
Cellar
branded mug
Scouts,
that he
but
had gifted me instead of grabbing the plain non-logo branded cups, but that's okay because they have. It reminds me of Spill because he is, after all, a dirty bastard.
I am a dirty bastard.
That's what it says. That's what it says, folks. I'm not making this stuff.
Ooh, that's fighting words, man.
Ah,
No,
hell
it's,
no. I admit it. I'm a dirty
I'm
bastard.
just reading some transcript.
And I like Dirty Bastard, which JT turned me on to because he
Oh,
knew I was a bastard and he knew I would like it.
Yeah, it's good beer.
It is.
So I think, yeah, the 46-degree thing is stupid. My beer's warmed up a little bit, and I think it was better cold. I think it had way more breath when it was cold. The dankness came through on the finish. There he is. ODB, as you can see.
Nice.
Yeah, you know me.
It had more on the finish, way more on the breath, more hops, more dankness when it was colder. Now we'll say palate, all New England, breath, all hops, all I guess West Coast, but more double IPA, I guess. The amount of hops in this beer and the way that they're interacting with each other, I think is doing something. I like that Matt pointed out that there's these collegiate modified hops. What winds up happening with this beer, for those who are interested in having it, is that it creates a savoriness that you don't normally get from an IPA. There's like this instant, a lot of IPAs that as they get danker, you get like a little more of a drier mouthfeel. This one doesn't do that because it's in New England. You have a more wet mouthfeel, but there's a savoriness. So you keep going back for more because it's like, savory. So it's interesting. I think that there's probably too much going on here, but that seems to be, there you go, fat bastard.
That bastard.
Whoa.
I like that they're doing a lot, but I also think that once I don't know what they call it. There's like this like exponential increase where eventually you've just added so much that there's no more change happening. You can't differentiate between 6 hops or 5 hops.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So, and who knows what's going on with like that last one, that Cohia Nelson Sub-Zero hop keep. That's a lot of words for one hop type, which means it's probably some like hybrid, ultra engineered something or other.
And I always thought it was Nelson solvent hops. So that's the only time
it's a split.
Gotcha. Yeah, so some super nerd has like they've done surgery on a hop.
Yeah, they did something interesting here.
So it's a GMO beer, man.
Yeah.
Putting fluoride in the water, man.
I'm not as high on this beer as Stev. I think it's good. I think it has a little bit of a, like I mentioned the other day, like this, there's like an oiliness to it. It kind of sticks around on your palate.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't dry you out like a lot of these IPAs do, these danker ones. But it's really not dank. Like I don't get that from it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I think a lot of these IPAs lately have felt quite generic. Hoof Hearted definitely does deliver a lot of good beer, so it's not a knock on them, but I mean, it's just another kind of mid-range beer for me. I think it's better than the IPA I had the other day. It's got more character, got more flavor, and it's definitely got more talking points, so I'm going to give it a 3.5. Fine beer. Now, can art, we didn't really talk about. I should do that real quick since even though I went already. There it is. Look at the can art. It's fucking amazing. I love good can art. This is a can I would buy.
Oh, yeah.
Here just for the can art. I mean, it's got the Goblin mode. And, you know, it's going from business casual turtleneck sunglass wearing man to self-centered look baby Goblin just guzzling water. I guess he just drank too much. He's starting to drink water.
It's got Matt on there.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Is that the second guy?
Yeah, no, it's
Look at the mirror.
Oh, the third guy with
third
the
guy's
yeah,
Matt.
yeah. You gotta get those boots, man.
Crave that.
Yeah.
So they're always carrying.
He's
looks
wearing-
like
he's wearing
carrying
boots?
like a Sam Adams Utopias in his hand.
He's got a little flask going on, and then he's looking at a little man purse or something. I don't know what's going on there.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Got the Indiana Jones.
Little
It's a
bitch tits in a
satchel.
gut. That is me, Phil. That is. I'd never pierce my ear though. I'm afraid of needles, so that'd be a fake.
That'll never be Matt. He's too regimented in his exercise. Kudos to you. That's a compliment, actually. Hopefully it sounded like one.
That's kind of a backhanded.
I do have a
sat.
I do have a sat.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, that was a nice one.
He won't look like that.
He would never look like that. He
Even in
looks
old age, he won't look like that.
Challenge accepted. I've painted my body green before. Those pictures are on
Not
Facebook.
green, It's the tits in the gut. You'll definitely dress like that. I think you've already done that multiple times.
Pretty much, except for the boots. I want to see.
Maybe next Saturday. Maybe I just show up like this dude.
just in the
Oh,
boots.
man. If you can get those boots, you're golden.
Where do you think I could get those? That would be the hardest
Well,
part.
there's that boot place on the 75.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's what, Boot Barn or Boot Country or some shit like that.
Boot Emporium.
But yeah,
I don't even know what kind of hide that is.
probably
That's
boot.
not.
International House of Boots. It's zebra for sure. It is.
It's not zebra. Zebra is stripes. That's not striped. It's not Holstein. Holsteins are spots. Those are swatches.
I think that's more man-made pattern.
It's got to be a man-made.
There's no animal like that.
There's snow leopard boots.
No, okay, I can't.
Oh.
I don't know
Snow
snow
leopard
leopard.
should work.
Yeah.
Snow leopard.
I was at 3.5. I didn't talk much about any of the science, but we got 2 left to go here. Matt and Spell. Who wants to go?
Matt, go.
All right. Off the top rope. I am betwixt the my two esteemed colleagues. I like that they're trying to. This is the peace offering between West Coast, East Coast. If only Biggie and Tupac could have had this before their untimely demise, and the amount of baby lotion that was discovered at Tupac's murder scene. Maybe that will come out. In is that too soon?
No, if you're talking about oil, I need to talk about Diddy.
Oh, okay. Well, that was bringing Diddy to the crime scene. Come on, Stev. You weren't even alive when that happened.
He's tied
Give
up
it time, man.
Oh, by the way, I
Baby
do.
oil was found at the CEO of United Healthcare's crime scene.
I do want the appreciation that two of us brought up that Stev wasn't alive when AleSmith was created.
I mentioned it too.
That's what I'm saying. You were like, I think so, but it was true. Off the top rope, I'm at a 4.25. It's missing a little bit for me. It wouldn't become a daily drinker like Party Tricks. But at 8%, it's got a little of that forgiveness for me because, again, when I'm 1 beer a day for the month of December, I'm glad it was this one. And I'm glad it was with you guys.
Oh,
Sweet. Very nice. Oh, look at
little hearts, little hearts.
Little hearts. I hot juice, Phil.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
I do this one too.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh, the
Gen Z.
youngsters.
All right.
Phil, take us home or lose me
All right,
forever.
I'm
Take us
going.
home, Spell.
All right. So, first of all, 5 hops is nonsense. That's just craziness. There's no good reason for that. I don't even know 4 of them. I've never even heard of 4 of them. So Citra I know, and Citra is what I taste. I taste a lot of citrus in this, you know, all the way across the palate, including in the finish. And nice, what is that?
Oh, I didn't mean to derail it. I was just trying to.
Ooh, that's an
Oh,
Anchorage.
that's an Anchorage beer with that font.
It is.
Yeah, I love Anchorage.
Here,
Anyway,
Phil, still, I fucked up.
no, it's all right. It's all right. But all that aside, I thought it was well balanced for a DIPA. I was expecting it to be more hoppy. As it went on, and I think maybe you mentioned this actually, JT. I found it to be. I was tasting a little bit more hops in the finish later on as the beer warmed up a little bit more, but still it was pretty damn well balanced. So I was pleased about that. It was pretty hazy because of the citrus and the Citra hops that it was imparting. I definitely felt like it was a New England double IPA. I like the smoothness of it. I like the balance of it. I don't think they needed to waste their time on all those different hops to get to where they got. But, you know, what the hell? Doesn't really matter in the end. I liked it a lot. It was really solid. More than solid. It's above average for a DIPA. It was very easily drinkable. So for those that love DIPAs that are super hopped or that are super alcoholic, you know, in the ABV, you know, approaching, you know, and triples that are approaching barley wine territory, whatever, that's great. But for the average person, I think this is a much more drinkable beer for a DIPA and a great introduction to it. I would definitely drink it again. I would definitely buy it again. I don't know if it's a daily for me, but I would definitely buy it again. So that puts it at a 4.0 for me.
Look at us, all over the place.
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
It's all right, man. That's part of the
That's
cool part about
interesting.
this. Right?
I think we're just, you know, showing our hand a little bit, and you know, all of our overlaps. You know, I look at 13 different people that I've reported scores from. People outside of Luscious Lucas, everyone loves IPAs. Everyone's made comments about it, or I've even known it. Like, so,
yeah.
and this goes back to what Phil said like 40 minutes ago. The market is flooded with it right now.
Yep.
So then that's why you have your splinter groups. And even on the mothership, we talk about this. One guy is closer to New England and one guy is closer to West Coast, but
Yep.
we're all a part of the big same family. And it's just, that's what you go to any sort of brewery, which current news, did you guys hear that Moeller Brew Barn is closing
Yeah.
down?
I did.
So
Really?
the original,
Or one specific shop?
the Dayton, both locations, the Saint Marie location, the original
Troy.
location is going to stay open. But the 2 add-ons are both going to be closing by the end of the year. So the Dayton location, too big of a space, and everything was just okay. Okay service, okay food, okay beer. There was nothing that there was a hallmark for the individual.
Yeah, and they
the
opened-
individual to go there.
which is super unfortunate.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Do you
But,
think breweries with different locations is kind of a fad?
It depends on your
Like,
product because
within the area, you know what I mean? Like Troy to Dayton is 30, 45 minutes, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather just drive to the OG spot. You know what I mean?
it depends.
Warp
Warp
Wing
Wing
has-
is killing it.
Locations in Mesa and Beaver Creek, Dayton, like
In Huber, the
And
smokehouse.
Yeah, but Warped Wing isn't doing a molar. Warped Wing opened a smokehouse.
Yep.
That's
they're doing
that's
diversifying.
Yeah.
It's worth driving to Springboro for that because the food's delicious. I've actually at this point in my life been to the smokehouse more than the brewery because I go to the brewery. Like, what reason would I even have to go to the brewery anymore? I know Matt goes there because he has like a tradition, but outside of
It's
having
church.
some sort of routine or tradition, why would I ever go to the brewery when I can go to the smokehouse, get all the same beers,
No.
and delicious food?
Now to build up Stev's comment, I'm going to the OG version of Crooked Handle.
Yeah. No, I agree. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why that was to my
It
point.
depends.
Was
It just
that,
depends, yeah,
that
'cause the
Orphan's doing something different so that multiple locations make sense.
Yeah.
And to Steph's point and yours now, Matt, yeah, the multiple locations thing, especially 30 to 40 minutes away. Well, I'm going to the OG. I'm going to the OG Crooked Handle. Just a great space. One I'm familiar with. Why would I go to Troy for that? Now, people from Troy obviously benefit from it.
The Piqua Crooked Handle, I believe they do pizza mostly. But like, yeah, when I was
Then you gotta
there,
eat tomorrow, because fuck that.
when I was working at Crooked Handle, it was, beer food and bar, burgers, fries.
You worked at Crooked Handle?
Believe it or not, yeah,
A long time ago in a galaxy far away.
far away. Yeah, I was a dirty line cook back in
No, you minimize what you did there.
The show Bear is about Steph's time at Crooked Handle.
That would explain why they had to get him all built up and muscular.
Yeah, undercover boss. That's why people had all the cameras. That makes sense.
Man, I gotta go back and watch that now. I gotta binge watch that now.
Oh, great show. Have you seen Bear stuff?
Yeah, the first season to me was basically flashbacks.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I watched the whole first season in one sitting, and it sucked. It's a good show, but yeah, I was like, oh, this is stress inducing. I was gonna have a panic attack.
Do you guys by chance have the remaining beer list in front of you?
I do.
So there is a correction that Sarah, I didn't want to wait. So Bonfire Fields, she originally listed as a spiced ale. It technically is not a spiced ale, according to her. That was her correction. So it's an American amber or a red ale. So reds are spicy, but anyways, so that's going to be the change, and that's on the 20th of December. But if you look back, if you look at them, and we did a good job of kind of not Kate, because she did it, but this is the first time I'm kind of looking at it because I'm just trying to drive conversation or whatever. You have Anchorage, which is like the home run, and everyone's going to look at the rest of the list. And I know Spill's got a passion and stuff for like Kolsch's. That Kolsch is probably the weakest or the outlier, but then you look at who makes it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, that just raises it up a little bit. So then you're like, this is in competition for potentially, a top 5 running for this year because, okay, just because of.
But I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm driving.
I'm excited to try their Kolsch for sure.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be the best. It can drive conversation, and that's what the Advent calendar is all about.
100% agree.
And I thought about that while Stev was rotating the Anchorage can, and Phil's made light of it. We've talked about it. We've got an Anchorage because we're driving. We're not trying to take the artistry out of building these boxes from her. And they've got all of them Anchorage beers, and she finally got an Anchorage beer, and you're in there, and you're like, oh, excellent, this is going to be, and you're like, it's a Kolsch. Right. And it's such an amazing.
Still $45 a can, but.
Right. You just look at the rest of it, and Humble Forger just puts out bomb after bomb. Like I'm high on Humble Forger. Like it's just an amazing what we have still in front of us. Mm-hmm. I feel like we got a lion's share of shorties out of us, so we only have 2 left, and those will all be done by the 14th. So
I think we have 4 left, don't we?
It started with 7, so I know we have 3 left. Sorry, 3. We've had 3, so we'll split the difference
tomorrow, the next day, and then 14th. Yeah.
Yep. So it's just like a Drecker still there. Like we've had a 450 already. It's just like it's just a good assortment for the group of people that we've assembled to be in the 2024 Advent calendar.
Do you think our dog days are this week? I know typically we mention the like the 14th to the 21st is like just kind of the slump. Do you think our dog days has been this week, and then we've got like bangers for the rest of the month?
Well, I can bring it up. Last year we started off. I got a lot of people that were trying to return their calendars to
I
me.
think you're right, Steph.
Wow.
Wait, this year?
Last year.
Last year. Last year was rough.
And there'll be a lot of comments. I've got the old list or whatever, but I can bring it up.
That's what's crazy.
But yeah, I think Steph, I think you're right about this being like the lull, the calm before the storm. Really,
I think so, because like,
I mean, we're about to get into like shitload of stouts, a shitload of sours, and they're just gonna be like boom, 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 boom. Some Imperials in there, barley wine.
I think we're gonna have some like bangers for sure.
Oh yeah.
The Butcher Brewer. I'm looking forward to that
We
wine.
always try to make a push to the end, right? So there's gonna be a little bit of a there we go.
Oh,
There's gonna be a little bit of oil, but if you look on there, you've got some.
Well, that's last year's, I think, right?
This was last year's.
Oof, the D Ranky.
Duranke.
Yeah.
But like that first week, like people were like, I'm just done. And like the Butcher and the Brewer is a standard pour. That bottle came in a shorty. They just put it on tap down at the Barrel House. It's one of those great drivers of business. It does really well for them because it's a safe beer. The people that listen or participate in the Advent calendar aren't, with the exception of Bobby, and I love his shorts. And your nephew just knows what he knows, and he knows what he likes, and it's refreshing.
Yeah,
it's refreshing.
I'm gonna get him on. I'm gonna get him on an episode, just me and him, maybe Bobby. We're gonna walk through.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Figure it out.
But that first week, like people were up in arms. Like if I go to 2022,
Dude, that record chunk was good. I remember that one.
Yeah, I like that.
That Hazel was awesome too.
I mean, the third eye was good. I thought the third eye IPA, that's one of their classics.
Yeah. If I go to 2022 and I bring that up, so I'm going to stop sharing. In that first week, we had Tripping Animals.
Yeah.
So I thought so. Was that not 2022?
That was 21.
That was 21.
That's 21.
Do you think that Anchorage this year is going to be like that coffee dreamsicle this year?
No way.
Unless that Kolsch is hiding something.
Yeah, no.
Maybe. I mean, a Kolsch is a Kolsch. It's going to be Anchorage up.
This is going to be a Svil question.
Maybe if it's like got marshmallow in it.
Kolsch, German purity laws.
All five Kolsch will be interesting.
Svil, is Kolsch German purity laws? Is it just the 4 ingredients technically, or no?
No.
Okay.
It's a departure from the. It's German, but it's a departure from the purity laws.
Yeah, they actually pee in that one.
Yo.
Yeah, there's a little armpits.
Bear Grylls made that beer.
So this was 21.
There's a little bit of armpit sweat in there too. Yeah, he and arms some
nice.
Tripping Animals was the fourth. I've always thought it was the second. Obviously we put AleSmith, and I screwed it up during my video, but I corrected it in the explanation about the decadence. I thought it was 2012. 2012 is what I have. That's the Belgian quad. The barley wine was the 14th, which was it's strange. The 14th was the Carriage House beer that year too. Mm-hmm. But this year was a banger. And then people got to the English bitter, and they were like, from Branch and Bone, which is a beloved beer of a beloved brewery on this podcast. And people are like, I'm done. I'm done. And there was only 8 of us on that first year. 8, 6, 7, 8. I'm trying to remember. I have my numbers
English
elsewhere.
Bitter. I mean, come on. But that wasn't. It wasn't just the English Bitter. What was around that beer was a bunch of other shit, like uninspiring beers, beer flavored beers. It's
good to have. Yeah. That wasn't the year that you intercepted Dad's. Dad's was the second year that you intercepted.
Yes. So yeah. Second year. Yeah. Yeah. It was Ryan Guy's dad.
Oh, okay.
It was on its way in.
Yep.
And it was of no one's fault. We were just like,
Just like-
no comments. That's too. I mean, they have that at Kroger. I mean, if it's not
Right.
at Kroger, we don't want. Nothing against Kroger. It's just that we probably had it already.
Yeah, Kroger beer sales have gone down because the smaller bottle shops are doing so well. So
Yeah.
again, it's all the conversation. That's why I like just amalgamating people's scores. I'm talking to people as like they're, I have people in Minnesota that are working tomorrow and stuff. I was like, hey, thoughts on if you got to the beer today and stuff like that too. So
Yeah.
Well, at day 7, what you might have already mentioned it because we've all talked about the beers we've had already. What's the highlight so far?
we're just talking beer. We're just talking beer, right?
Just the first 7 days. What do you think is so far the highlight? And here's the follow-up question: will it maintain that as a highlight as we continue?
Phil goes first.
Got
Phil
that.
went last on the scoring first because I have thoughts.
Slush SXL.
Oh, he likes the 450. That was the highlight.
Frickin'
Will
long,
it
by
carry?
a long shot. That
Okay.
was frickin' awesome.
Will it carry
Oh,
as
yeah.
a top 3, top
Oh,
5
yeah.
beer?
Hell yeah.
The rest of the
That-
way. He's sticking.
Wow.
I think because it's so different and because it's so outstanding, and of course it's 450,
Mhm.
and that's what they do. It was so outstanding in what it was and what it did and what it is, and by the way, a non-traditional beer from me, for me, but I loved it. I thought that was a phenomenal beer. I didn't want to score a 5.0 because it was so early on, but it was phenomenal, and I won't forget that beer. That beer will be on my mind for the next 3-4 years.
Wow.
Anyway, that's my highlight. I mean, the AleSmith was great.
Don't go over them all.
I won't. I think that's not, that's not sorry.
Beer top 7 right now.
Yeah, because your top 7.
I know what my worst beer is.
Yesterday's beer was phenomenal. That was my highlight.
I was gonna say
Third
yesterday.
Eye.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to go visit Third Eye.
Yeah.
The more after that.
Let's do that. Can we do that? Can we get a group of us and go?
We can go.
That would be so cool. I think we should go. That place is great.
They're near IKEA and shit.
You know what?
Oh, they're not in actual Cincinnati. They're like
Oh, they're north of Cincy. Yeah, they're close to us.
they're right next to his favorite Middletown brewer, Sonder. JT loves Sonder.
They have so fallen off, man. I used to be so into.
That was the joke.
Tricky, Sonder. Tricky. What's your highlight, Matt?
I'm actually gonna go the opposite. There's nothing drawing me to Southern Ohio. It's less than 2 miles from my house, and that's gonna
Good point.
it sucks to be that way about it. Excellent.
We're gonna go there.
Excellent could vie with Taco Party. It's not Taco Party fives are, but that Southern Ohio just there's nothing. It's right there, and I
Yeah.
They fuck.
like
Your favorite, yes.
the highlight is knowing that is just so different than it's out of its class in these beers.
Yeah, it's.
You know,
that's a good way to put it.
My biggest regret first 7 days, I didn't give that a low enough score. I gave it a 2.75.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. They made a beer.
I kind of agree. I'm being influenced, but yeah, I gave it a like. This is an okay stout.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I've definitely had better like okay stouts. Like,
If that beer is day 28 or not 22 and not 2,
Oh,
second
yeah.
to last, not second,
Yeah.
it's getting a worse score from all of them.
yeah,
Because I think
That's a
context
great
and time in matters. As you get deeper into this thing, you get more and more like burned out on.
you're almost jaded to beer after like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
21st.
Well,
Yeah.
Your discernment goes up.
So the delivery has to be on point, or else you're getting
Yeah.
lit up. It's like like you're approaching Christmas break or holiday break or whatever, and you're a teacher.
And someone shit in your lint box,
in like 5th
lunch box.
grade, and these fucking kids won't shut up,
Yeah.
So, but
That's when you get movies
you're
for
thinking I'm a
class.
teacher, but by the time holidays come, you're an asshole. That's what's happening here. As we approach the 24th, we're just like relentless on these.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think it's because we're bored or we're tired of it or whatever. I think it's because the water level is lowered, right? I mean, the quality of the beers that we have in this list are going to make it so that you better be damn good
Mhm.
to get our attention. because we've already tasted some really good shit by that point, right? So day 3, day 4, day 5, not so much, but by day 20, man, you better be damn good because there's already been a bunch and we know what sucks. So
consequently, does that inflate the 450? Because you could have served a Miller Lite and people would have been like, oh, thank God, it actually tastes like it's what it should be. So no, JT, I still need your highlight, but does that also like inflate scores after it? Because everyone was super happy to have that 450, which is a good brewer, and all of us say, but like.
Well, my highlights yesterday, the Third Eye. That when I smelled that vanilla, it was like, oh, this beer's on another level. Yeah. And when I saw all the awards, we see this all the time with the awards. And I looked it up for Hoof Hearted too. They have tons of awards, and they're all in the stout category. And I'm like, okay, so Hoof Hearted's serious. When I saw the awards for Third Eye, I was like, we've seen this before with like the Great American Beer Festival. They got so many categories. Right. We won the gold medal in like, strawberry, Kolsch. Blended
it's so so specific.
Okay, no one gives a shit about that. But when I smelled that beer, I was like, this brewery is legit. Like I knew immediately we were in a different level. I tasted it and I still stand by the fact that it's not a 5, and I still can't tell you why, but I just know it. But man,
you know it when you taste it.
That beer was there's just something else there.
It was a great beer.
It's a 5. It was a 4.75. It was amazing. I think if you could cut a highlight reel, and I watched everyone's reaction on the smell and the first sip of that beer, because I just wanted to see if it was like mine. Everyone responded with like, they were just like blown away by how the smell was.
And JT would know, JT's had 4 5s on the mothership since the end of October. So, and again, his reaction is different when he tastes beers. And that's a barley wine, an IPA. Remember that creamsicle, JT?
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I still have one left. I can't wait to drink it.
And that melon.
A 5 for an IPA is nuts. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
It was good. That was a perfect from both of us.
They might still have like 1 or 2 left at Arrow Step if you want me to grab you one next time.
Hey, Phil, I can send you this list too. I've got your email.
Yeah, I love that.
This is our entire history.
We've had some, and those 5s are not like me.
I've got Stev beer on here. Like,
oh, nice. It's a good record.
Phil, I got another one.
You've got a Nort Dog and everybody on.
I got Nort Dog. I got that Wild Ohio. We had that the same day as that. That will never happen. A 5 and then a 0.25 afterwards, guys.
I know.
Everybody like.
See, that's the thing, though, man.
Wow, we will never.
We all gave that a 5. Which beer was that?
That was
the AleSmith Decadence. Oh, it'll never happen. And then we had the Wild Ohio after it, where we just hated each other.
That was. That's the thing, though. You run the risk in the sequencing. After something like a Decadence, you're hosed. If you're the beer coming after that, you're just hosed.
We knew we stacked the pot on that one. We had a Wild Ohio on the mothership, and we just.
Yeah.
And they're not Wild Ohio anymore. They're just Wild Tea.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
They should be Wild Unemployed.
We had a gluten-free beer recently that was actually pretty good.
Wild, you suck.
Yeah, Wild, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I like taking care of these, but.
Yeah, I love the spreadsheet. It's super helpful.
Yeah, that's great.
And those 5s recently, they're not inflated just like bullshit 5s. So I mean, those beers were all phenomenal.
I should bring. I'll bring over some of those barley wines on the 14th, Phil.
Oh, that's great.
I got a little pack that I've already put aside. There's a couple of surprises in there.
Oh, that's great.
Tip my hand. Not Wild Ohio beers, by the way.
Oh, good.
Thank God. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because remember, like the first year I was involved, we came over here and there were some shit beers on purpose. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was it 21? I think. Yeah, I think it was 21.
Well, that was Wild Ohio. Ohio.
Yeah.
Wild Ohio. We might have had a commons in there.
Well, we
and
had
that's the most expensive.
I was talking about the ones that you guys brought for the extravaganza when we were over here at the bar, and you guys brought some shit beers on purpose to kind of put in the mix, and it was like, what the hell is that? Remember that?
Yeah. We did like a the mystery cooler. I brought some of the random stuff left over from the mystery cooler. I think I still have the receipt. I think that Decadence was 32 or 3. I'll have to go check,
Yeah, it
but I
was.
still have
That
the
time
receipt.
for like $30 for a beer.
Yeah, and then what? We had a 3 Fontaine, I think was the most expensive bottle of beer we've bought.
Yeah, that was a 375 too.
Yeah, it wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
The difference was
It was a
worth.
farmhouse.
No, it's a smaller. Like I said, it was a 3. And then they. Oh, yeah. On their seventh anniversary, they had 6 bottles of Cotillion that I bought. Not I didn't buy all 6, but
That Decadence is worth every penny.
right.
Well, what's the one on the list this year? That's the little tiny can, the 10.
That's the Humble Forager. Oh no, the little tiny one, yeah. 10.
Somebody 10th anniversary or some shit like that. Yeah, I think that's towards the end as well.
Matt, what day did I put that on?
That was late.
I know.
The 22nd. Fair.
Yeah.
It's Fair State out of
Fair
it's
State.
that's out of Minnesota. That's out of Minnesota. That's out of your Waseca
Yeah.
stomping grounds
I
there,
never
Phil.
heard of it.
Yeah, 10th anniversary. Yeah.
First Street, it's gonna be special. There's a little can. It looks like a little. It looks like a little tomato juice can.
Yeah.
The barley wines that I'm bringing over is Phil next Saturday will be in the 8-ounce can too.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna crave it. I'm gonna have you drink that before you drink the BCBS.
Oh, man.
Have we sorted out a time for that yet?
That's what I'm
I
trying
think
to.
9 a.m. is the most
That-
likely time.
That's the record button, right? We can show up at 7 o'clock in pregame.
I would not show up at 7. But 9 to record's okay. I'm okay with that.
So show up at 7 to warm the mics up. That's what what we say in the
That's-
biz.
that's-
My intent is it's not like a surprise. Is that I want to have food here.
Empty stomachs.
To pick at it away from the mic. So yeah, 7's too early because I'm gonna have to get the food. But
I'll pick it up on my way. You just tell me where to go.
8 to 35, 8:40, I guess would be okay.
8:37.
20 minutes.
8:37.
8:37. All right. I'll
Very
do my best to
specific.
be at the carriage house by then.
Oh,
Is 9 o'clock gonna be okay for you, Steph?
perfecto. Works for me if it works for you.
For those watching, since we're still on a live episode here, not live, but recorded, you won't see it at 9. We're not going live.
No.
Yeah.
But it'll be posted that day. I'm also playing drums that evening, so it can't be much later than 9. I have to
Whoa,
be able to sober up a little bit. Then get drunk again.
you got a show, dude.
Got a show. Tucking Reds. Yep.
Heavy metal.
Yeah. Played there a few times now.
Nice.
Matt's waiting. Do it. Say it. Just say it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Send us home.
Just had a better drummer, right?
That doesn't sound like something I would say at all.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't. Yeah, you know what? Why would I put words in your mouth like that? That's terrible.
Great drummer. Best drummer I know.
Wow, that's a real huge compliment to that drummer, whoever he is.
I know 2 drummers, and JT is one of them.
I don't know.
Who's the other one? JT.
My dude Josiah I used to work with.
Those
White guy with dreadlocks. Shout out to that guy.
Definitely, if Josiah, that's what I would think of Josiah looked like.
Yeah.
Our bassist used to have dreadlocks.
I don't stand for a lot of things, but white people just shouldn't have dreadlocks.
Better Matt. That doesn't represent the BCP's feeling because I know Better Matt watches this. Yeah, so.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry, Better Matt.
That's better. That's better, Matt.
That's taking a stand. You know what? It's better to take a stand than to be wishy-washy.
If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Is that what they say?
Some cockamamie, yeah.
If you stand for nothing.
My sister had dreadlocks for like 7 years, so I love them.
Hey, I don't really have a preference either one way or another. You do whatever you want. Everyone has free will. Except for my kids, they do what I say. That's right. All right, that is day
Hands of
7.
justice.
Any parting words, anyone? I don't want to cut anyone off or take away anything.
Hey, Phil, have you brushed your teeth?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Thanks.
So
I will be for sure.
Not yet since birth, but he's tonight. It's the
Oh,
night.
geez,
He
Louise.
did him on the night.
Yeah,
He's
this is
had it
it.
planned for his whole life.
Yeah, this is it though.
Have you brushed your teeth, Matt,
Yes,
since we started the episode?
always. I'm
Yeah.
constantly brushing
he's
my
always
teeth.
right. He's never
You know
not
what?
brushing his teeth.
I should have brought my toothbrush.
That reminds me, there is a disposable, like waterless toothbrush you can buy, and I have a bag of them in my backpack at all times.
Well, it's like you guys sent me dude wipes when I was deployed. I still have dude wipes in my
dude, they're great.
Dude,
in
wipes
my-
are awesome.
in my go bag.
I carry those with me.
And
everywhere I
now
go.
all I get I don't go on Facebook often, but when I do, I get these videos of people clearing dude wipes from like septic tanks and stuff, and it's amazing.
Oh,
I watched it. I could watch it for hours.
Fans, Chuggalos are going to appreciate the Midwest goodbye. JT's winding it up, and I
I
wound it
just
back
wanted to
up.
make sure I didn't cut anybody off who had any like parting words to say. Any parting words? That's it. That's day 7 of the BCP Advent Calendar. Thanks for joining us, everybody. This was another banger, I think, of an episode. I would say with about 99% confidence, this was a banger of an episode.
99%. Wow. From a
There's
data
1%. There's a 1% chance that this episode sucks. But it's a low percentage. That's it. Day 7. Around the room, Matt, Steph, Phil. Thanks for joining. Bye.